Welcome students, I am very happy to welcome you all for this wonderful session. In this session we are going to learn different formats of user defined function. So what are the different formats are there when you are going to create a function by your own wish. So according to that, four different formats are there. One is without any return type, a function should without any return type and without parameter. And next one is function with return type and without parameter, and the third one is without return type and with parameter. The fourth one is with return and with arguments. These are the types we are going to see now. For that I'm going to open turbo C++ compiler. First we are going to see example program for hash include IO stream.h, and next is hash include co.h, and here we are going to see example program for function without return type and without any parameter. And for that without return type, because of without return type I'm going to give the function's return type as void. And next one is display, this one is known as function name. And next one we are going to see out welcome to learn C++ programming. And with this the function is over. And next one, see, there is no return type. There is no return type means the function should not have any keyword called return within its block. Within this block, if there is no return means this function is, the function doesn't have return type. And without any parameter means within the parameter, this is very there is no any arguments, int a comma int b, like that there is no arguments. So next one I'm going to get back, I'm going to call the function within main function. So here int main display, and next one is return. Because of the return type of main function int, we should give here a return keyword. And here clr here I have to give get ch, and program has been finished. The next one I have to compile my program. After compiling the program, two errors are there. Hash include IO stream.h, IO small spelling mistake is there, st IO stream.h, again have to compile, there is no error. And because of zero error I'm going to run my program. Yes, welcome to learn C++ programming. So here when am I going to create a program or write a program with your user defined function and main function, the compiler would have starts its execution from main function only. So after that, after reaching this code display, and it will comes this line, and the use of return keyword is to terminate the use of return keyword, which is used to terminate the function and roll back the program control to the next function. So because of here already I have defined here display, so compiler after reaching this code directly the control, I mean get back to the this function void display function. Afterwards what I have declared, what I have given within the body of the function, that will be executed. This is what the example for function without return type as well as without any parameter. Next one we are going to see a function with a return type. Next one, function with return value and without parameter. So because of return value we have to change the return type int here. So here whatever you want to give, so here we have to change the code, and here we have to give int a comma b, and next one c, and c out, enter any two numbers, and that should be stored in a and b respectively. And finally I'm going to add c is equal to a plus b, and I'm going to give the keyword called return c. Return c, what is the value of a plus b added together, and that should be stored into c, that should be returned here itself. And within main function I have to change here, I have to change the code int m is equal to display, and that's all. And here I have to change the code, here I have to call the function display with the value m. I have assigned here the function display is equal to m, so that no need to call display again, just enough to call m alone. So here the sum is equal to, here I am going to call, yes, that's all, and enough. Now I am going to compile my program. There is no error, press any key, because of zero error directly I can run my program. After run this, so enter any two number, 2 3, and again 2 3, so the sum is 46. So again I am going to run. For your understanding I am going to change the code, enter FARST first, NUMBR first number, and that should be stored in a, and next one C out, enter second number, that should be stored in B. So again I am going to run, compile, there is no error, and because of zero error I am going to run my program. Yes, enter first number 23, and enter the second number again 23, Yes, the sum is 46. So see here, after compiling, before going to run this program, we have to compile the program. When compiling the program, the compile directly comes here, the main function, and afterwards it will read line by line what I have given within the main function. So int m is equal to display I have given here, and because of giving that, it will understand, the compiler will understand already a display function has been declared within the program, and afterwards and the compiler reach the next line, and here the sum I have given, and here I have assigned the variable is equal to, the variable m is equal to function display, and after reaching the code return 0, the control of the program has been rolled back to the user defined function. So the compiler will reach here, and here it will read the function body of the function line by line. So here I have declared 3 variables a, b, c respectively, and afterwards I have given I have get input from the user, enter first number that has to be stored into a, and the second number again I'm getting from the user that should be stored into c in, and see here c is equal to a plus b because of the return statement c, and the value of a plus b added over there, that what it has stored in c, that should be returned to the calling function. Calling function means here this is what calling function, the value of c has to be returned to the calling function, and it will terminate the user defined function. The return keyword which is used to terminate the user defined function, as well as returning the values to the calling function. This is what a function with return value without arguments. So see here there is no arguments within display, and here return value is there. So next one we are going to see a function without return value with parameter. So for that, here I am going to give void as the return type, and because of return type, because of with parameter, here I am going to give int a comma int b. So that's all, and here I am going to change the coding. So here I am going to erase the coding because of void as a return type of the function, user defined function. I have to delete the keyword, I have to remove the keyword return. If you keeping the keyword return, even though if you are declaring the return type of your function as void, it will show some error, and here I'm going to change some coding, and before that here I have to give int c and c out the sum of PASSED passed values 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 is equal to c. I'm going to call c. So here I have to change, here I have to int x comma y. So and here I am going to pass the values. Here I'm going to pass the values to user defined function. Here cout, enter the FARST first, number, and that should be stored in x, and cout here again cout, enter the second number, and that should be stored in y. And here I am going to call the function display, display, display. Within that, x comma y, I am going to give x comma y. So because of giving this x comma y as a parameters, what are the values I am going to give for x and y, that should be passed to here, to a and b. What is the value I am going to give for x, that will be passed to a, and what is the value of y, that will be passed to b, and those values added together, and that should be stored into c, and finally the sum of values passed of x and y should be retrieved through c. So now I am going to compile my program. There is no error. And next one, yes, I have to run my program. Enter the first value 43, second value 43, and here I have to give getch function. So again I am going to run 43, 43, and the sum of passed values x, y. The value of x is 43 and the value of y is 43. Both the values are passed to a and b respectively, and within here both the values has been added together, and that added value has been stored into c, the variable c, and the stored value of c will be retrieved with this line. So next one, the fourth one, is a function with the return value and with the parameter. So it should return as well as it should have parameter, so that I have to give here int, and it must have return keyword. So see here I am going to give retu or in return c, so that it will return, I mean pass the control to the main function. And here again I am going to do the same thing, but finally I am going to get back the value from here itself. Cout the value of a and b, a and b is equal to, and here, so I am going to explain this program directly. The computer will reach here itself, so it will read this line into x comma y. It will accept the variables because both the variables are in defined data type, and here it will get the value from the user for the first number, that will be stored into x, and the second value will get from the user, that will be stored into y. So here I am calling the function, this is what calling statement, and after reaching this code, directly it will goes to the user defined function, and what is the value I have given for x, that will be received by a, what is the value I have given for y, that will be received by b, and what are the values received by A and B, that will be added together respectively, added together, and then it will stored into the variable C. And because of using return keyword, it will terminate the statement, terminate the function here. The return keyword will terminate the user defined function, and what is the value it has, that will be retrieved to the main function. And here, see here, I am going to access the value of C, and now I am going to compile the program. So one error, and define the symbol C here. So here I am going to remove the statement. Instead of that, there is no error. 43 and again 43, and there is no statement for adding the numbers in main function. In your book they have given as a wrong statement. We are not able to call the C, we are not able to call the variable C outside of the function. So here itself we can call it within the function only. I can call the variable. From outside of function, I am unable to call the variable C. And again I will try C out and C. C is equal to so let me try again. Again I am going to compile. Again it shows error C undefined symbol into C, so that we are not able to call this. But here int C is equal to, it is possible like this, int C is equal to display x comma y. So I am assigning the display function is equal to the variable C. So now it is possible. So there is no error. Again I am going to run this program. Enter the first value 23 and 43. Value added together is 66. C is equal to 66. This is an example for with return type and with parameter. So see here, it has two arguments or parameters, as well as this function, user defined function, has a return value C. So after reaching this one, the values, received values by A and B added together, and the added value should be stored into the variable C. Because of the keyword return, it should terminate the statement, it should terminate the function. After terminating the function, the value of C will be retrieved to this code, and finally I can retrieve the value of C with the help of this statement. So this is the last format of user defined function. Next one is returning from function. So we can return values from the function itself. We can return values from the function itself. So return statement which is used to return from a function, it is categorized as a jump statement. Return keyword, it is also categorized as a jump statement, because it determines the execution of the function and to transfer the control to the next statement, which means called statement or calling statement. A return may or may not have values associated with it. Return keyword may or may not have values associated with it. If return has a value associated with it, it will transfer the value. The value becomes the return value for the calling statement. Suppose if the keyword return has any word, see here in this program it has a return value C, so associated with it, the C is associated with the return keyword because this C is belongs to this function, this user defined function. So this associated value is the value of calling statement. Because of giving return keyword, the return keyword will transfer the value to the calling statement, as well as it will terminate the called statement, it will terminate the called statement. And now we are going to see an example for returning values from function. Returning values from function we are going to see as an example. So for that I am going to create a new program, new include iostream.h and include unio.h conio.h, and next one is include. So here we are going to do one thing, I am going to return a string to the calling statement. We are going to return a string to the calling statement. Because of doing the function belongs to string, I am going to declare a header file called string.h here. So here, and next one int star display, star, have to give star display here, then only it will return the string to the calling statement. And here, and return within the function, I mean within the return keyword I am going to give C++ program, program, and here it should it should finished. And now next I am going to into main, create main function. So here char yes20, and here also I am going to change as yes, cha or char return type, and here st or cpy string copy I am going to use. And what is the values I have defined within the display function, that should be copied to the variable yes. And here C out welcome to learn enough and here I am going to return yes. So because of giving yes here, what is the value I have given within the body of the function display, that should be copied into yes, so that should be retrieved here. So next one is retu or in return 0, and before that I should give get ch here get ch, and here I have to give CLR SCR function, CLR SCR. At the end I have to terminate the main function, so I have to run this one. 3 error are there. So display is mismatch here. So again I have to run, or I have to compile this one. 0 error. So see here, before the function I have given a star symbol. The star symbol is known as asterisk symbol. The star symbol in C++, Java, C, .NET, whatever the programming language have taken, the star symbol is known as asterisk symbol. The asterisk symbol is known as dereference operator. Dereference or reference operator, which is used to referring a pointer here. Which is used to referring a pointer here. What is the use of giving asterisk symbol means? It is known as a function pointer because of giving the pointer variable. The star is a pointer variable. Because of giving the pointer operator in front of function, this one is known as function pointer. What is the use of function pointer is, which is used to store its address. The function pointer or pointer operator, which is used to store its address in it. Whenever calling the function again within the same program, it will revoke the function. It will revoke the function with its address. That is what the use of this asterisk symbol. So now I am going to compile this program. There is no error. If you are removing the asterisk symbol, it will show an error. So see here, it will show 3 errors because we are going to return from a function. So if you declared like this, it will be known as pointer function, function pointer. Just it will store its address only. So now I am going to compile. Again, if you are compiling this one, 0 error, press any key and again run your program. So welcome to learn C++ program. Yes, this is what returning string from, returning non-integer values. Next one we are going to see recursive function. So recursive function is nothing but, if a function calls itself, that is what recursive function. The process is known as recursion. If the function calls itself, if a function calls itself, is known as recursive function, and this technique is called as, this technique or this process is called as recursion technique. So next one, for this we are going to see example program and open a new prompt here. So hash include iostream dot h, and next one is hash include conio dot h, and next one is int display within that, or we can give factorial. Just give fact enough, and it has a parameter called int, and this is function prototype. And next one is int number, enter a number for factorial, enter a number for find factorial, 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 and that should be stored into number. And next one is I'm going to access the function. I'm going to call the function within function block and see out factorial of the function is factorial of the function. The function 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 is equal to, and here I have to give the factorial number, the factorial of number is equal to and fact within the bracket I have to give number, because number only going to store the value. And the next one, because of using int return type, I have to give the keyword called return return 0 here. And with this the user defined function is over. Next one is main function. So int fact int m. So here they have declared the main function as first one, main, user defined function as the second one. The main function is over. Whenever when you write the program with the main function as well as the user defined function, the compiler will read out the main function first, and after that only it will read out the user defined function as a second one. So next one is if m is greater than 1, it should return return m into fact fact of m minus 1. And next one, else return return 0 or return 1. So here I have to give cl or scr, and here I have to give getch function. So here I am going to compile this program. If there is no error, it will execute. So 5 errors are there. Fact should have prototype. So here this fact should have a prototype. Factorial of number is equal to fact number. So here return statement missing, misplaced else. So again I am going to compile this one. 4 errors. So here a small a semicolon symbol is missing. Again compile this one, a single error. See out. And here what is the value I am going to give for number that should be received by m, and after receiving the value by m, the process will happens here, m into fact m minus 1. If the value of m is less than 1, it should return 1, or else it will produce some result. Again I am going to compile this one, single error. It should have a prototype, function should have a prototype. So a small mistake is here, MAIN. Now I have corrected this one. Yes. So again it shows error here. So again shows an error, and for upcoming session I will clear this error and I will execute this program again. So, and 4 more concepts are there. We will see the 4 more concepts in this next session. Thank you.